Hello to all you geeks and degenerates out there. Welcome back to our show. And since we've been doing like kind of the theme with Black Widow since it just recently released, we're doing a review on Endgame today. And yeah, we're joined by Enzo, Edwin, and Nina. And welcome her to her family. She's actually part of Geeks and Degenerates now,
Officially.
officially. And we have
Officially.
another surprise, but we'll save that for another day. But anyways, so carry on with Endgame. Were you guys hyped for it, or or did you like were you built up after Infinity War, or did you have your doubts? Let's start with Edwin.
He looked like he was
Uh,
breathing. He was like so ready. He was so ready.
Like I'm ready to punch this fucking movie in the mouth.
not. Yeah, punch it in the mouth gently with my lips. No. I mean, it's hard not to be hyped for the movie, right? Because especially with like people our age, like we basically grew up with the MCU, right?
Yeah,
And like add that to me being a giant fucking comic book nerd, and like regardless of me not having the best relationship with the MCU. It's still something I grew up with. So after Infinity War and leading up to Endgame, I think I was hyped. Needless to say, because that was sort of the culmination of well, over 10 years of like building up this sort of shared cinematic universe. So it was kind of and it was very like I know this sounds like pretty like kind of fucking pretentious. We're literally talking about a comic book movie, but uh, it's Endgame to me also signified kind of the end of well my childhood, I guess, like so to speak, in a sense. So yeah, that's that's the long version. The short version is yeah, I was really looking forward to it. I wasn't sure how they were gonna end it, uh, but oh, I did get spoiled on the ending though.
oh,
Like
you didn't watch it
like 2 days
early?
before. 2 days
Oh,
before
son of
I
a bitch.
yeah, because like the movie came out here on like a Friday, and I went to see it on Sunday. And like right before I got spoiled with the movie, like the ending of the movie. And it's just like ah
And I still remember like the internet was trying their hardest, like don't spoil Endgame kind of deal. And damn, you got
yeah,
spoiled.
yeah, like it
Internet
was the
failed you. I'm
biggest
sorry.
spoiler too.
What sweater was it?
Well, yeah,
Was it?
which one was it?
Iron Man.
Ah,
Oh,
Oh, that's
that's
horrible. That's
that's
bad.
literally
horrible.
like I would
That
That's
rather get
horrible.
spoiled about Captain America being worthy than like knowing
yeah.
that Iron Man died. Like at least for what it is worth. That's my end of. But sorry, continue.
Well, I mean that's kind of it really. It's I mean we're just talking about the lead up to Endgame, so the rest of what I have to say will come later in the video.
So, like, how about you, Nina? Like, were you knowledge? Was this were you hyped for it? Nah.
I mean, I to say that I was hyped is like an understatement in my opinion, just because I literally went there 12 a.m. I was at the theater like 12 a.m. Watching it, the first screening ever in the Philippines. Not in the Philippines, but like one of the first in the Philippines, and it was like literally insane. I bit the bullet and watched it by myself, and it was still incredible to watch by myself, and I was super hyped. Yeah, it was. How could you not be hyped after that ending when literally everybody you thought you loved and just died in front of your eyes, and you finally get to continue it after 365 calendar days. So yeah,
Was it 1 year apart? Like
Yeah,
exactly
not
one
like
year?
not like what, not exactly. I don't believe.
Yeah, you don't need to look it up. It's fine. But I get what you mean.
Yeah. So that's really it. I was hyped. I really did. I had to get tickets for the first day. Like as soon as the tickets dropped, I was like on it. And I got amazing seats, like literally in the middle, like a fucking like the biggest screen. I was in Evia. For those who don't know,
Oh
Evia is like a really
wow.
nice cinema
VA
here in the
is super
Philippines.
nice. To be
Evia
fair.
is super
It
nice,
is
and
really nice.
it was the IMAX theater too, so it was
Oh,
genuine. It was like the really bougie, best thing that you could get.
Yeah.
So
Like
yeah,
I'm just saying, I'm pointing out there. If you yeah, you can get like the 500 peso seats where it's a recliner and shit. But like their regular seats are hella comfy as well.
yeah,
Like
they're
you can
hella
actually just
comfy
lean
too.
back and just like fall asleep on it. So
Of
yeah, and
course,
there's
you
so
wouldn't
much
want.
space.
Yeah,
So
there's
if it's
really a
like
lot of space.
yeah. How
It's
about you,
mint.
Enzo? It is
uh,
mint.
uh,
How about you, man?
nothing else mattered after Spider Verse. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I was hyped.
Okay.
No,
Damn.
Statements.
All right. Shit.
Well, we ain't talking
No
about that
words,
right
no
now,
words.
yeah,
aren't we?
but yeah, I was very hyped for it. Like everyone else, I was wondering what the fuck was going to happen in Endgame after the snap at the right hand. But yeah, and like Nina, I couldn't wait for my family because my college was selling tickets to a block screening. It's like, sorry, fam, I can't. I want. I need to. I need to. You don't mind, right? Cool. And we watched it. I watched it in SM Southmore with a college body, and it's funny because when we got to the theater, all we were greeted by was a Windows homepage and an open Viber shut inbox. I was like, I swear it is a pirated movie. If that be done from Viber, I'm gonna lose my shit. Thankfully, it was not. They used the film reels, thank God. But yeah, I was hyped beyond expectations. Like the day itself, I had to do some stuff. Nothing was on my mind, but I want to see Endgame. I need to see Endgame. I need to see Endgame. But yeah, really
I'm
like the
so
movie.
sorry, man. I'm just imagining you in the theater watching a like I don't know 360p video of Avengers, but it's also filmed on a camcorder, so you see people walking at the screen.
Mm,
Oh,
mm,
like very bad. I was
wait.
not that bad. But yeah, for me, I was hyped for it. Legitimately hyped for this because people started throwing theories out and I hated it. Like I didn't open like Facebook when it came out because I really didn't want to see anything. Facebook or Instagram. And like me and my friends were talking and then we have other friends who are comic book fans, like you guys. And you guys are saying like, "Oh, I think this is where Captain America dies. Oh, I think this is where Iron Man dies." I'm like, "Who's gonna die? Somebody is gonna die." And I'm like, "Shit, I need to know." But yeah, I didn't watch it first day, sadly. You want to say something, Nina?
Speaking of an Iron Man dying, my friend's girlfriends never didn't know, but he knew at the time that Iron Man was gonna die because it was the second time watching with his girlfriend, and the girlfriend goes, "Oh, Iron Man's my favorite."
Just like,
His face was like, "Whoa,
um, babe,
babe, I don't know how to tell you that. I don't know how to tell you this,
About that.
babe."
I'm gonna
About that.
sit you down. Remember what happened to your goldfish?
Yeah, continue,
You
Jomar.
give him the death talk. But yeah, I didn't watch it on first day, sadly, because I'm poor. And no, I'm not. I just didn't have the time.
Yeah, I
But
just had
I
shit to
watched
do.
it. I watched it with my sister, and she's not much of a Marvel fan all that much. But when she watched it, we were so fucking hyped. when when we get like those big moments, we're just like, we would get this Joe Rogan on the on the table look. But yeah, let's carry on to the movie.
No, I have
But
to
yeah,
ask though,
yeah.
before we move on. What was your theater experience like, guys? Like,
Every
were people noisy? Was it
Mhm.
quiet? Was it hyped? Like, what was it like for you guys? I don't know the culture in Canada, honestly.
You
Well, I
go
mean,
first.
it's it's not that different as like most places. I think. Like, when I went to watch Endgame, like it was very hype with movies like this. Like, It happened in Endgame. It happened in when I went to see the Demon Slayer movie. Well, not the Demon Slayer movie because that came out during quarantine and movie theaters were closed. But the two My Hero Academia movies, Heaven's Feel, just those kinds of movies. Like uh, they carry they have a very specific kind of audience, right?
Mhm.
And when you're in that theater with them, like you're all pretty much of the same mind. Like you're here to get fucking hyped and see some cool shit. And yeah, it was an experience, kind of being in that theater full of people who, like, when there was a moment and I wanted to cheer, people would cheer, and then we'd all cheer. And then during the more sad and intimate moments, like, theater was just dead quiet. And yeah, it was a hell of a fucking experience, and that made me really glad that I saw it in theaters. Well, not that I would have done it any other way in the first place.
Yeah. How about you
Yeah.
guys? What
Um,
was your theater experience like?
it was pretty much like Edwin's. Yo, everybody was so respectful to like they everybody wanted
Yeah,
everybody to experience this fully. They
yeah,
didn't want like it's not like a dad who brought his like 2-year-old kid into the movie house and you just hear a crying child at the back. Who knows? Maybe somebody had that experience. But for me, everybody, yeah, exactly, would cheer when it's worth the cheer and would like dead silent when something horrible happens. And
yeah.
like nobody talked through the movie. Everybody had their phones off. I never heard one single phone call or a ping or something like that, like a text message. I was very surprised, like how people were like, yo, we gotta give this movie respect, and everybody else in this movie theater respect. They gotta enjoy this." But yeah,
Yeah.
it was kind of like that. How about you, Enzo?
Um, it was amazing because the theater was full of college people. You know, all people who all grew up with these movies. A lot of them still had their uniforms on. They're like, "Fuck it, let's go straight to SM." Uh,
Yeah, man. Don't change that. Let's go.
yeah, and then we cheered when there were great moments. We silently cried when there were sad moments. It was such an experience that even the security guard and the janitors cheered with us when those big moments happened.
Damn.
Like,
Damn, that's it.
That's
That
so
is sick.
nice.
like one of
I
us.
love how the guard just stopped guarding and he was like, "Damn."
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was one hell of an experience, and my voice was shot to shit the next day. It's a bit deafer, but it
Same
was okay.
here.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. I had the same sentiments as you guys did, just because it was it was interesting. I thought I would be sleepy, but honestly, I was just so hyped up, and it was just so nice. Same sentiments as all of you guys, so we can honestly just move on. Yeah, I just wanted to hear your guys' experience, because it's such a different take a shot every time I say experience. Getting to watch it in a movie theater with people that understand you and understand that there is great love for a franchise that honestly might have not even worked out if it weren't for the fact that they were actually pretty freaking good, except for some movies. But but we won't name those movies today.
Iron Man 3.
Thor: The Dark World.
Captain Marvel.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Cut that one out.
No,
I
leave it
know.
in. Everybody knows.
He's being honest at least.
I
Yeah.
liked it though.
I
Okay.
got my own problems with it. Yeah, everybody to each their own.
I
Um,
liked it.
I would like to add that the fact that 2019 was the year where three big franchises were supposed to end, and
Yeah.
this one really stuck the landing. I think we can
This one
all
really did.
agree with that. This one stuck the landing out of all the other
Bruh.
two. It's amazing.
Bruh, I have never experienced a standing ovation in a movie theater before. But when they were like showing the names of like Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, everybody was just like,
Same
and
here,
then
man.
when Robert Downey Jr.'s name came up, and since he's the one who gave the biggest sacrifice, everyone was like, "Ah!" I was like, oh, damn, okay. But yeah,
Uh,
that shit was sick. But I don't know, man. I love how this movie started though, with just this eerie moment with Clint Barton,
Yeah.
yeah.
like just him having fun with his family, having a good time, retired for fuck's sake, and then it was just stripped away from him. I don't know, I love that eerie feeling, like of what the snap did, just to people having a casual day,
Yeah,
and
it's different from the epic like snap
like,
that we had
oh,
from the last one.
Yeah.
yeah, like they would introduce like a big fight scene at first. I was like, wow, nah, happy family gone. Sorry, but like,
Sorry.
Sorry.
sorry, dog. And yeah, and they cut. Yo, this start was so depressing. Like it shows, Iron Man in the fucking spaceship and just like nearing death with Nebula. And I gotta say, when they finally got Thanos, I didn't see that as a win. For me, this is
It,
another
it,
loss.
it's not. Well,
Yeah.
it was a Pyrrhic victory, is what it
Yeah,
was. And for I guess our viewers there who don't know what a Pyrrhic victory is, a Pyrrhic victory is a victory achieved where you sacrifice so much that you sacrifice too much to achieve that victory. So like, I don't know, like, you go to war and you have 100 people. You lose 99 of your men, but you win in the end.
it's
That's a Pyrrhic
it's
victory.
not the victory is not even like something to be proud of at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah, just because
Yeah,
of
Yeah,
how much you
exactly.
lost.
yeah.
Because I mean,
But
even in that sense, it wasn't a victory either. Because Thanos won.
Yeah.
yeah, Thanos already won.
Like he did what he wanted to do, and the Avengers failed to stop him. Like at that point, it was basically a temper tantrum.
Especially for Thor, my god.
Uh,
What the hell did you do? Aim for the
In
head.
fairness, a lot of people I only learned this after the fact, a lot later. You realize just how much he's lost since the beginning of his own movie, from his own movie to this point. He lost family, he lost his home world, and then he lost his own citizens, and then he lost them again through Thanos finding their ship, his brother, and then he lost friends, and then I keep going. It just goes to show just how much, it was only it was gonna happen at some point that he was just gonna break down. Now we didn't know how he was gonna break down. Fat Thor was the farthest thing from everybody's mind, but honestly, it was the smartest way. I feel like it was the funniest and smartest way to show just how low he's gotten. And yeah, it's just it was really sad to see him end up like that, and I that means just they did that part of the story effectively. So,
Yeah.
and there were a lot of cringy moments when I was rewatching it. I was like, "Ugh." Okay,
Wait,
there
which
we get
part
it.
though? Which part
Like when
though?
he was talking about Jane, and he was
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah. Like,
"Here's
oh,
my
shut up!
cold
No, stop talking
flame."
about your ex.
Yeah, we were like,
Yeah.
"Okay, okay, we get it." And then
cool,
like he
cool.
sleeps in his. Like, we
I
get
still
it, we
love.
get it. I was like, "Oh
I
my
love Don
god."
Cheadle in this movie. Though. I love it when Thor was like, "Do you know what's running through my veins?" Cheese
Jeez.
whiz.
Jesus.
Jesus.
I was like, damn. Chill, Don Cheadle.
um, Poor Thanos, though. He's just cooking breakfast and then gets ambushed by these people who have already lost. It's like, what do you want from me?
Oh, shut the fuck up. He would have done the same thing.
But yeah, he was like limping, going up the house, just preparing breakfast. Like, damn, Jess messed up. What the fuck happened to you? We were just fine the last movie. Aside from the axe to the chest, but when did you get third degree burns? And I like how this movie shows how music can play into your emotions. Because when Captain America and Black Widow come to his house, it's like almost victorious music. And then
Yeah, it was.
when the things unravel and Thor cuts off his head, the music just gets sadder and sadder. Like, damn.
Yeah, and then it's not even like they didn't even give us the satisfaction of like we gotta fix this now. You have to find a way to fix this now. Usually, like typical other movies would be like, yeah, we have to fix this right away. No, they give us a 5 year gap, and you just see how the heroes kind of grown, like how they fall in a way, especially with Thor, where he's depressed and fat now, playing Fortnite. That's the saddest part. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But and
Fortnite, that's
Captain.
the lowest you can go. I'm just kidding. Fortnite's a fun game. Fortnite's a fun game.
Yeah, and yeah, Captain America. He's just in a therapy group now. Scarlet, fucking Black Widow.
Scarlett Johansson.
Sorry, Scarlett Johansson. Hopefully she's okay in Hollywood.
I'm sure she is.
She's
She does
doing
wonders.
fine.
She's doing fine.
And then yeah, Black Widow desperately trying to fix the world as much as she can, but of course she can't. And you see her have like a breakdown. I swear, the Russos did a really good job on putting an emphasis of we lost hard.
I like the what's going on in Wakanda. We had an earthquake. Like, how are we dealing with that? We're dealing with it the way you would deal with any other earthquake.
You
Calm
just
down.
deal with it.
Yeah, just calm down.
We can't fix everything, Natasha.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, Rocket 3D stood out in this movie as well. But yeah, any characters that really stood out to you in
Man,
this movie?
man, the sweetest boy. He is the second sweetest boy next to, in my opinion, second sweetest boy next to Peter Parker. He is such a sweetheart. Like, can you imagine being stuck for 5 hours, then finding out you've been gone 5 years, your daughter is grown, the world has gone to shit, and you're just like, fuck, well, I'm gonna make some jokes then. No problem there. Like, he's
Yeah,
like, hello!
I'm kind of the same though, cause like if I were in a other dimension and I'm stuck for 5 hours when I'm supposed to be back in after 5 minutes, I would have a panic attack. Like, oh my god, there's no way out. Because 5 hours is a long time, just saying.
Yeah, 5 hours is a long time. How he stayed calm, I would have no idea.
Like, what
If
do
it
you
weren't for
do?
that rat, if it weren't for that fucking rat,
That fucking rant. And that one little cameo by Ken Jeong.
yeah, Ken Jong, my god, I was like, oh shoot.
Yeah. And then shit, what else happened at the start?
Um,
But
Cap-
yeah,
Captain America was with Thanos' creator in the therapy group.
you mean
Wasn't he with one of the Russo brothers? One of
Yeah.
the Russo
yeah,
brothers
there
made
was.
the
I
the
found I found that scene weird. I don't know. Because they
Why?
really advertised the whole oh, our first gay character in a Marvel movie or something like that. And it's just that one
Well,
dude in the therapy session. And I'm like,
Hmm.
okay.
wait, like, did they actually like make?
Yeah,
you know,
they kind of
make it
hyped up like, oh, they had this new like
Really?
their first gay character.
really? I don't
yeah.
remember that.
I remember my cousin
Well,
sent it to me.
well,
once.
that's more of a weird marketing thing than it is something.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Because the movie itself did it pretty alright. Like,
Yeah,
was
yeah,
just
it is.
or-
Yeah,
it was just it was an organic part of the scene. Like,
it was.
Yeah, I
It's
believe
just
it
a
was
weird
really
fact
organic.
that they kind of advertised it in a weird way. I'm like, okay. Yeah, look, I just found that part weird because of the
that's-
advertising. The scene was supernatural and is really good. It's not supernatural. I mean, it's natural. Gay section,
Whoa,
ooh.
ghosties! Woo!
Ooh.
Woo-loo-loo. Anyway, yeah.
But
What
yeah,
do you guys? Okay, go on, go on.
I liked the pacing. I liked how each hour had its own thing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
the first hour was setting up, the second hour was them getting ready, and the third
Problem
how did you guys
solving.
yeah, problem solve, and then the third one was like really, in terms of pacing, I thought it was pretty solid for a 3 hour movie. Like, it did the job. They did their jobs good enough, like, well. So what did you guys think the one of the pacing? Was it ever slow? Or I don't know, because I feel like it was my judgment was personally clouded the first time I watched it. So watching it a few times after, I was like, oh, okay, pacing's kind of slow in the beginning, but that makes sense. And then obviously it gets faster and faster. So yeah,
I
what did you guys
I
think?
I kind of disagree because they use the slow burn so well here. Like you are stuck in like a very depressing area for a while, and then once you see them climbing up that mountain, that really steep mountain to victory, it is very rewarding.
Yeah,
I don't know.
saying
I
the
like that.
slow. I'm not saying the slow is a bad thing. I was just saying
Oh,
it
okay,
was just
okay.
kind of slow.
Oh, okay, okay. I don't know. I didn't feel. I didn't find it slow. I found it was like, this is, this is just right. This is just right. How about you guys? Did you find it slow?
3 hours flew by for me, so
Same here, man.
Same.
I was like, shit, it's almost done.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
I was just into it. Like, but like I don't like. Here's the thing: is I don't know whether that's because of the movie itself or because of my feelings towards the MCU as a whole and the movie. So like that's sort of like the hard part about this movie is you have it like as a piece of media to be objectively discussed and criticized, but then there's also that other element of it which you can't avoid where because like this is literally the culmination of over 10 years of storytelling, and a lot of people grew up with this kind of shit, right? And so at that point it's kind of hard to like the line blurs between what personal feelings are and what the movie actually is.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's hard for me to separate. I actually literally had just had that thought where I was like earlier, I was like, shoot, I don't know if this
Yeah,
movie
I
is
feel like
great
that's what
or if
you.
it's just
I feel like that's what you're trying to say. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, okay, I get it. I get it a little bit more now. I guess.
Mhm.
How about you, Enzo?
Um, I remember when it first came out, people were like, "You can't go to the CR forever." Right? And when the first hour, I'm like, I kind of need to. I
I gotta go.
I do. What's happening to Ant Man? He's saying hi to his daughter. I think I can go. But
Yeah, that was a
yeah,
sweet moment. How dare you?
I know, but kind of doesn't matter because they kind of replaced the actress too. But anyway,
Hmm.
but yeah, it was. I do like slow burns, and when they pay off, you're like, all right, it's fine. But to be honest, sometimes now when I rewatch Endgame, I skip over some scenes. Like I kind of don't need to. I get the gist already. I'm good.
Okay. For me, I don't. Uh, I've watched it like maybe 8 times already, and for me, I like the slow burn. Yeah, personal opinion,
Okay.
but yeah, I like watching through it. Yeah, yeah. As we go on, what are your thoughts on somewhat kind of the Deus Ex Machina of this movie, which is time travel? Were you a little bit iffy on how they fix the
Well,
problem, or were
it,
you
it,
okay
it,
with it?
can I go first?
Yeah, of course, of course.
um,
You first. And cute. That was so
Po,
cute,
ako muna.
Edwin.
Teacher.
I'm gonna go. Me
yeah.
Teacher.
first.
It wasn't really a Deus Ex Machina more than it was well, a MacGuffin. like the
Okay, yeah, that
the
makes more
act of,
sense.
the act of time traveling itself didn't fix any of their problems. That was just their means to go and fix the problem.
I'm gonna Google what does Deus Ex Machina mean. Sorry.
No,
Here, I'm going.
Deus
let's
Ex
talk about
Machina
it.
a Deus Ex Machina is basically a cop out.
Okay,
Like
okay,
it
so
means
like,
God in the machine, right?
hmm.
So like say uh like an anime, Power of Friendship. That's Deus Ex Machina.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, that makes
yeah.
more sense.
Like
That's
yeah,
Anyway,
like I'm getting my ass kicked. Oh wait, my friend's sister's the neighbor in fifth grade told me that he liked my eyes. Ah! That's Deus Ex Machina. Like a thing that just makes you auto win.
okay, okay, I see what you mean. I see what you.
Yeah,
Yeah, not much of a
but
Deus Ex Machina there. More of a
yeah,
MacGuffin.
yeah. But if we're talking about the time travel itself, then I think time travel is such a hard thing to get down, right? Like it can be so messy, but I think the movie did well enough with what it had, and like it's definitely one of the more like acceptable workings of time travel to me. Like it was kind of iffy at times, but like at that point, that's where suspension of disbelief comes in, right?
Yeah.
Like it's wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff. Like at some point, you kind of just have to give it a pass. Well, not
Yeah.
really. Well, not if like because we're reviewing this movie critically. So yeah, but there are movies that did it worse.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say that it's
Yeah.
been done worse. And what they did with it, I think, was very entertaining, and I think it was very well done. And it was also a good kind of journey through what the MCU was built. Like it was more than just a plot device. It was a nostalgia trip for the rest of us too, because it was taking us back through all the settings of these different movies that we've seen since 2007.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. It's like down memory lane before we
Yeah,
shut the doors on this era.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. I like that.
It is a
How about
real.
you, Nina?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you go first.
I want to say real quick, it is a really good job of making me want to rewatch The Dark World again. It almost got me. I was
I
like,
no,
The dark
no,
what? The dark
the
world?
Dark World. Or Dark
Oh,
World
okay.
sucked.
but yeah, go
I
on,
was like, I
Nina.
heard the dark third. Oh, that's what I was hearing.
I need to get something
Um.
real quick, but you can continue.
Okay. What was the question again? What did I think of the time travel?
Yeah, the time traveling concept on how they fixed their problem. Like I remember some people had problems with it. I was like, shut up, enjoy the movie. No, I'm kidding. To each their own.
Well, personally, it's like Edwin said. I'm just echoing what Edwin said in the sense that it was done well enough that it did its job.
Hmm.
It needed to do what it needed to do, and it worked out. I find it difficult to personally find any way that they could have fixed it that wasn't time travel. Everything was leading to time travel. When Ant-Man and Wasp came out, people were like, that's some time travel in the shit right there. They're gonna time travel, they're gonna go back. And then there were different theories going around how it was gonna happen. So it was kind of a given by that point that we were going to do something with time. Um I was so surprised, obviously, because I was like, "Oh my god, how is this gonna work out?" Because of course you want it to work out, right? So it was, yeah. Most of my sentiments are echoed with Enzo today, Edwin, that it just did
Yeah.
a job, and personally, I liked it. It was something. It was interesting to go back and see everything from a different perspective, and then them messing up some things that in turn created Loki, and
You just you just happy about Loki.
yeah, I was happy. I was just like, I'm so happy about Loki though. But in
He ain't
fairness, I kind of
dead.
like WandaVision. I'm kind of really into WandaVision at the moment. Um, so yeah, that's basically it, really. I just wanted cute also. Another cute moment that I want to bring up is just when they were like, "Oh my God, Back to the Future is a lie." Like that was a really again, and it's by who? It's by Scott Lang, sir. Cutest boy ever, because Spider Man wasn't there to be cute, so he's the second cutest boy there.
Yeah, Spider Man was dead. Sorry,
Yeah, because Spider
Spider-Man
Man was
was dead.
dead. Spider Man was dead indeed. So it's cute.
the
wasn't feeling so good.
He wasn't
yeah.
feeling so good. He's
the
second
other
best
bug
boy to my
came.
heart. Yeah, he's the other bug guy. Oh, nga, no? Oh my god, yeah.
It's the
So
bug
yeah, that
Uh-huh.
was it.
boys.
How about you, Enzo? What are your thoughts on the whole time concept?
Didn't he already answer it?
Oh wait, did you already answer?
Not yet.
Yeah,
Or
he
did
did.
I
no,
just
not yet.
want to point out about the Dark World thing. Like, nice try. You almost got me there. Uh, I think for what they had to do, they executed time travel thing well. But sometimes I do question it, like how when Steve fought Steve, like how is time not collapsing? How is
I know,
reality not
right?
bending?
They're in full contact.
Yeah. Or like when Nebula shoots her past us, like, did you just kill all of time? Is time not warping? Whatever. Yeah, I like the time travel bit. I like going down memory road. I like the bit where War Machine and Nebula are watching Star Lord, and uh, War Machine's like, so he's an idiot. She's like, and then
Yeah,
bang.
and he just bangs him.
Backhands him or
Yeah.
clothesline him. I'm like, damn.
It's like, you sure he didn't crack his skull, man? I'm sure he does. Yeah, he knows the right amount of force to knock someone out. I'm sure of it.
hopefully. But yeah, speaking of speaking of that, the whole Captain America thing, I love that scene where he just goes back to Winter Soldier. He's like, "I got this," and they're back at the elevator scene. I don't know,
Yeah,
I love that. I love that,
I was
especially
so
America's ass.
hoping, I was so hoping you would kick their asses again.
Same, but we already got that in Captain America: Civil War. Civil War.
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, and then God, I'm really trying to remember majority of this movie now. But I don't know. I gotta say the scenes that they have. This is why I like the Russo brothers as directors. Is that they're really good at jokes and when to time them. I'm going back to our Black Widow movie review. Yeah, they didn't time their jokes well. Like with the Russos, they when the moment is dark or deep or like it's time to be sad, they keep it there. They let us simmer in it. And then when the joke comes along, the joke comes along like America's ass, Hail Hydra, and a lot of Scotland.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I don't know. What were your thoughts on that subject? Like compared to Black Widow.
Uh, compared to a lot of the MCU movies, I think the Russo brothers have know how to handle, like what you said, know how to handle humor a lot better. Whereas like things in like Guardians 2 and Thor Ragnarok is like joke after joke after joke. Like, is this a comedy already? I don't know
I
what I'm
mean, the
watching.
movie wasn't bad, but yeah, I see
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
mean.
yeah. I mean, Ragnarok is pretty funny, but like, I kind of came here for like the apocalypse. It's
Oh,
called
that's true.
Ragnarok.
That's true. How about you, Edwin?
Uh, yeah, no, I'm for agreement. What I what I like about the Russo brothers is that they know how to make a fucking movie.
Yeah, they do.
uh, no, but being more serious, uh, they what they're good at is they're good at letting the moments in the movie exist and letting these
Mm,
characters just be and giving that breathing room necessary for these emotional moments because like I get it like Marvel formula is funny haha but uh, like you said there's a time and place for that and when you're dealing with something like Endgame um, and you're closing the book on over 10 years of material there's a certain gravity that comes with it and I'm glad that it this movie got treated the way it did by the directors because like there were a lot of serious moments in this movie like that and that's just par for the course like because of what kind of movie this is and I really appreciate that uh, they just let those serious moments exist because one of my biggest problems with the MCU is you have these really good character moments and these good chances for development and for great writing to shine through that's just ruined by a joke which kind of like it fucks up the whole weight of the situation and it makes it feel like the movie's too scared to commit to
yeah.
it being serious like that's what you have to remember like oh yeah it's a comic book movie but when it comes to Endgame and a lot of the other stuff the Russo brothers worked on like within the MCU um, it's not afraid to let those moments exist and like it still has those moments where like yeah it's a comic movie we're having fun but it also acknowledges that attachment a lot of people have to it by allowing these moments to be in there and I think it was very well done. I think it was dealt with in a very uh, good way.
How about you, Nina? Any thoughts on the subject?
Well, when it comes to comedy, the Marvel's universe, Marvel Cinematic Universe is always, it's been their brand kind of deal, especially when it came to Thor, Ragnarok. That was a whole trip and a half. But oh my gosh, I had a point that I was going to make that I can't seem to think of right now. But or is I going to go with that? Give me a bit.
Hmm.
How I was gonna say this? It was fun nonetheless. Yeah, I agree with you guys that it was the moments were there and they finally let themselves take it seriously. The Russo brothers know how to do an ensemble. They really, really do. They know how to make it a spectacle and make it fun, but then they know how to make it also weighty. Like let there be depth, let there be weight, and let there be a heaviness that hangs on people when it needs to hang. So yeah, that's really it. That's all I have to say on that. Because everyone else said everything I wanted to say.
Yeah.
So
Sorry,
perks of an
I just
going last.
yeah. I don't know. It's just a little bit of a gripe for me, because
Um.
I really want like Marvel to continue this kind of way of like screenwriting,
Yeah.
because I really got like umay ako sa jokes. It's Black Widow, eh. So, but you were gonna say, Enzo?
I just find it a bit a lot problematic when other movies try to. They think one of the key to success is to just copy the Marvel form of comedy, like say, The Predator from 2018. It's
Oh God,
oh yeah, we just have to be funny like Marvel and we'll be successful, right? And we're just watching going,
no.
ooh.
Mm.
But yeah,
I,
I just don't like it when other movies think like that's the only way to be successful. Copy Marvel. It's like, come on, the original.
yeah, especially with the Justice League. Like that was a bit of a downer for me. Not the Snyder Cut Justice League, Justice League.
Dostoevsky.
Dostoevsky. But yeah, speaking of sad moments, we get to the part where, yeah, said Black Widow sacrifices herself for one of the stones. I don't know. Again, Russo brothers really doing it well with committing to just we're nearing the end, but this is the hardest fucking hurdle.
Hmm.
Not really. Second hardest hurdle. And my god, it was a hard hurdle.
It was.
It was a one high hurdle. Just I don't know. I love Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow, and I grew up having a crush on her since Iron Man 2. And the degenerate side.
Wouldn't really say degenerate side, but like, it's
Nah,
as a kid,
man.
it's a natural thing,
I guess. I guess.
Sure.
Let me play with my brand, bro. But but yeah, having a big crush on Scarlett Johansson and just seeing her go like I really did not expect her to die. Like I really expected Iron Man or Captain America or Thor to die. I this was like such a left field, if in my opinion. I was like, why you gotta do this to me? It's done well. Why you gotta do this to me though? Yeah. Any thoughts on that scene in particular?
I
Let's go with Edmund.
I that's what I really like about this movie, is that like they do win in the end, but uh to beat someone like Thanos and to undo what he did, a price has to be paid. And I appreciate that the Avengers, our protagonists, paid that price in very meaningful ways that make this movie feel earned, that make the build up for Thanos seem all the more worth it, even after after they already delivered with him in Infinity War. Uh, and it's just a very good. It was great to show um, how committed these characters really are to doing their job and getting it done.
And, how
Can
about you,
I
Enzo?
follow that up?
Oh,
Oh,
Actually,
go nuts, go
go.
nuts.
personally, I find it a really difficult scene for me to grapple with as a woman because it's an I at the time and even now I still question whether or not it's another form of bridging.
What do
If
you
you
mean?
guys don't know that, if you
Oh,
guys know what that means.
I don't know that term. So
Fridging
sorry.
means when they kill
Oh,
off a
fridging,
woman in
fridging.
fridging,
Yeah.
when they kill
I
off a
thought I
woman
thought
to
you said purging.
motivate. Oh,
I heard
purging.
bridge. I heard
No,
bridging.
fridging, like putting in the fridge.
mm.
Mm.
It's a difficult scene for me to grapple with that even until this day I have to question whether or not it's a form of fridging, just because both both people that had to sacrifice their lives for the soul stones were both women. And it's with the history that comic books have always been in killing women to motivate characters or to torture them, because that's what fridging is about. It's always been kind of like, fuck, is this, I understand that it may be the way to get Scarlett Johansson out of the MCU if it's that pragmatic. So I understand if that was the case, but it was also such a difficult scene to grapple with because it was like, is this fridging? Because it's so, I understand that Clint was trying to also sacrifice himself, but the writers made the deliberate choice to kill off Black Widow, and that's what the outcome was. So personally, I think that's a topic for another day, but that's how I feel about the scene in particular. Because if it was any if it weren't for the history of women getting fridged, then I wouldn't really have a problem with it. But because both had to be women, I was like, shit, this is kind of conflicting me. So that's my personal view. I know it may make me sound like an SJW, but like, fuck it, right? It's a genuine problem. There's a reason there's a term for it at this point. So yeah.
I didn't know that was like specific to women though. Like I always thought fridging was just a more general term of killing off a character because you
Killing off
don't
a
know what to do with
character.
them.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Well,
no.
because you don't know what to do with them. Like I didn't think it was like a thing that was specific to women.
Yeah. Gail Simone, the person who coined the term, specifically said about it for women.
Oh, okay.
It was also a case for Deadpool, if you remember, when Vanessa gets killed.
Yeah.
Spoilers for that if you guys heard the no.
Sorry,
Comes
guys.
back.
Sorry
She
guys.
comes back.
Comes back. She comes back, but you get what I mean. It's a
Yeah.
very like it happened diba with ano. It started talaga sa Green Lantern. Again, topic for another day. It started in Green Lantern when they killed off I would think it was Kyle Rayner's girlfriend
Mm-hmm.
and put him in a fridge.
Yeah.
So again, it's just such a common trope that it has to be the women getting killed. And like if it weren't for that history, I would find it so much. It's still super poignant for me. It's super poignant, and I love that. I love the scene. It was just
Mm.
the little feminist part in me was just like, but did it have to be the girl? Yeah. But if they had to
Yeah.
get Scarlett Johansson out of the MCU, understandable.
Yeah. I would say that's like, uh, minus the whole fridging part. I would say that was a pretty good like send off for Scarlet. Like, she was like one of the biggest sacrifices, because there's another one.
Did you guys
God, this
cry?
movie's super sad.
Uh,
When
Did
when
you
she
guys
died,
cry?
I
Yeah, but
was, I
did you
was
cry
hella
when she died?
sad. This is my
yeah.
childhood crush.
I ended up crying. I cried so many times in the movie. Ikaw,
When Scarlet
Edwin.
died, I actually know.
Oh, dang. All right. That's okay. That's
Well,
valid.
I wanted to do what Hulk did. He wanted to throw my seat at the screen. No, I'm kidding.
I want to throw my shit. I want to throw my back. That was such a funny scene for her.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
I guess like I would have been more emotional if the MCU did a better job of making Black Widow, like establishing Black Widow as a character.
Yeah,
Before
exactly. Like
Black
We,
Widow,
giving her
no?
a movie before this.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like again, like going back to our Black Widow review, that movie should have come out right after Civil War. Like
Hands down, yeah.
God
Ah,
damn it.
It's problematic, and again, this may be another topic, but it's a problematic way they write the women, which in fairness we can go on to later on with that certain scene. You guys know which one I'm talking
oh
about.
boy,
oh my
oh
god.
boy,
Oh boy.
I know what you
oh
mean.
man,
You bring that up
oh.
later. You bring that up later. I ain't touching it.
Don't worry,
I mean,
I'll have her bring it up. Don't worry.
Yeah. No, how about you, Enzo? Thoughts on
Uh,
the scene?
they're so lucky though. It was Black Widow and Hawkeye and Warmere. Because I think Jeremy Johns pointed this out. I was like, what was Hawk and Rocket? Because you're supposed to sacrifice the one you love. Like, I think you're cool, but what the fuck are we supposed to do now?
I don't know, that was like the most awful raffle or like lotto kind of luck. Like
Yeah.
these two people who work really well together and know each other for years happen to go to the
Yeah.
one where you have to sacrifice the one you love the
Yeah.
most. I was like, damn.
So if it's like Hulk and Rocket, does Hulk just pick up poor Rocket? Like, sorry man, you're not an Avenger. Goodbye. Like, does that
And
count?
then he doesn't even get the Soul Stone in the end because he didn't love him
wait,
enough.
but yeah, exactly. Like I was gonna say that
Yeah.
too. It's like you like the one sacrificing the other person. They have to have that kind of relationship, I guess. Like,
It was also
so like
very convenient that Gamora just happened to be with Thanos too. Like it's quite
No,
convenient.
I
Some
think Thanos knew.
Thanos
Thanos knew what he
they
was
were
doing.
there.
Yeah.
No, he didn't know about the Vormir sacrifice thing, right? That's why he cried at the time, not before.
Yeah, but he did bring her on purpose. Without knowledge of the thing, but like, it's
No,
not.
he brought her because she needed to show him where it was. Because he lost the
Yes,
map.
alright, right,
Because
right.
because she
Oh,
threw away the map. That's why he was like, "Show me where it is, daughter." And she
Uh,
because she's like, I burnt the map, Dad."
Dad!
Dad.
Just imagine calling. You're not
I
my
burnt
dad!
the map. You're not my dad. Oh my god.
Just
Or like
imagine
Barrett.
calling this fucking galactic warlord Dad instead of
Yeah.
father.
I remember that scene because I also was like, oh, so that's how because I kept like
Okay.
thinking like, why did it
Alright.
matter that he brought her? Whatever.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I forgot about that. I gotta rewatch that.
It's a really small detail. How I remember it with my ADHD, I have no fucking idea, bro.
Yeah, where were you at, Enzo?
But yeah, there's a still a powerful scene. It's a very sad scene.
Yeah.
And like, I like the detail of like, play the same music they play for Gomora's Dead. Like
Yeah.
consistency like that. But here's a lot more powerful because, to be honest, didn't care all that much about Gamora. But I was still sad when she died. But like when Black Widow died, I was like, oh my god. And
Oh
then
my
when
god, they did it.
yeah,
The scene was filled with reluctance here. Like,
yeah,
both of them didn't want to do it,
and
but they
then
had to.
and then when they get back to their present time, Cleanthus has the biggest, saddest face on him. We're like,
Oh
oh
my god.
man, like Cleanthus
And
not, and he's just like,
and just the two guys one guy who actually had a romantic relationship with her, and another one who almost had one, just
yeah.
looks at him like, waifu, no. sorry, sorry, sorry to dial down on that scene, but yeah,
But yeah, it's
but
powerful stuff.
yeah,
Powerful stuff indeed.
And
Oh my
right, like
god.
by the lake, they're all experiencing different stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining.
yeah,
Uh,
exactly. Like
I like how
yeah,
each Avenger was a
especially with
different
Banner.
version.
yeah,
Yeah, he's the one who's tried to was this bargain as much as he could. Like,
yeah.
"Yeah, we can bring her back.
Oh no, that was Thor.
Or wait, what that was Thor? That was
Yeah,
Thor. Yeah, and Hulk was more in denial in that scene.
yeah.
But yeah, so they get all the fucking stones. Nebula isn't the Nebula that they came in with, and oh damn, okay, sorry, something fell. Yeah,
It's
Nebula
Thanos'
ain't the
ship.
Nebula then. And yeah, they finally do the job, but then you look at the time, you're like, there's still an hour to go. What's gonna happen? I mean, we all know what happens. But once they finally got it, Hulk does the snap, and Scott Lang looks outside the window, and you just see the missile come in, and he gets blown away. I was like, they took Scott from us. I really
Same
thought they
here.
killed off Scott. I was like, oh my god.
They did it
He
to him
shrunk down.
too.
But he shrunk down in the nick of time before it got him. And God, I don't know. I'm at looking at my paper. We're at the big fight already. Sorry, but yeah, I don't know, I just love that scene where Thanos sits down on a rock and Nebula asks him, "So what are you gonna do?" Wait. And then the three big guys, Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor, just looking at him as he looks at them. I'm like, let's fucking go. I don't know. This scene was the highlight of the wait, and that's what I was talking about with the whole slow burn thing. Was this is where I wanted to be at as of this moment, from all of the whole waiting and just like this is worth it. This is worth it. But what were the a question for all of you? What were the highlights of that fight between four of them? I'll go with Edwin first.
I mean, uh, you kind of it would be kind of an injustice to not say the hammer bit with Cap, right? Like that was kind of what did it for me. It was like, alright, alright. But actually, aside from that, the very beginning of the fight the where Tony, Cap, and Thor are standing outside the wreckage of the ship, looking at Thanos off in the distance, and Thor does his transformation and calls like a Stormbreaker and Mjolnir to his hands. Like personally, that was just like, all right,
That shit's
we're
pretty
do-
sick.
we're doing
Uh,
shit.
And they made the fat look good. I
Yeah.
will say, they made the whole fat Viking look really
Yeah,
good. How about you, Enzo?
Um, just the we talk about the first part about it, just the fucking hammer scene. It's the wildest crowd reaction I've ever heard. He's like, "Wah!" Oh my god! Just the build up to like Thor almost being killed by Thanos. Like, oh my god, he can carry Stormbreaker. Oh shit, he's doing the Saving Private Ryan move on poor Thor, and then bang, flies back to Cap. He has the hammer, and he goes to down on Thanos. And you're like, oh, I love the hammer and shield combo. It,
Yeah,
it
dude,
felt like a video game, especially when he calls down the lightning. You're like, oh my god, that's so satisfying.
that was the scene me and my sister were just like everybody in the background like because
dude, like
everybody knew
that
it at Age of Ultron.
that whole sequence looked like something straight out of like God of War or some shit.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like poggers,
Like
pog,
boggers.
pog.
Oh, okay.
Poggers.
I thought you were talking about the monsters in God of War, but
Yeah.
yeah, when I was at that scene, I was just like, let's fucking go. I don't know, because Cap's human. Sure, he got like super steroids or some shit, but he's just human. And you're like, oh, what's he gonna do to this thing? There you go. But how about you, Nina? What's your favorite scene on the?
Well,
Oh,
you guys said my favorite scene, so I'll just say my favorite sequence. In the sense, my favorite sequence was getting to watch Thanos absolutely systematically break down these guys and fight them off three to
mm,
one.
I
Because
love
that
that
just
scene.
goes to show how powerful he really is. Because he's fighting the strongest Avenger, the first Avenger, and and Iron Man.
The
Um,
smartest
the
Avenger.
smartest, the
Sure.
smartest
The
Avenger. You know,
the other first Avenger.
the
The
other
other
first
first
Avenger.
Avenger.
It's choppy. You know, it's kind
The
of
canonically,
canonically,
cinematically, first Avenger.
canonically, you know. But it was just so satisfying hearing, like, kind of just. I know I'm kind of rooting for the bad guy in the sense of going like he's just so cool though, but like he really is so cool. Getting to
Oh,
just
that show was cool.
watch him break them down, and just be able to fight them off, and it just is really insane. And the way that the punches go, like sound design wise, and the way that the CGI looks, they hit hard.
Like
Like
you
you
feel
can,
the whiplash. I'm like,
yeah,
damn.
you feel the whiplash, you feel the weight of the punch, like going through them. It was really crazy, and I really enjoyed that.
Hmm.
Uh, I like how Thor had a little. beard
little
braid
beer
too.
braid.
Yeah.
That was cute too. That was a cute moment. I just happened to notice that in my last watch, so I was like, oh, he has a beard braid. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Question for the panel. I watched a video where someone says Thanos kind of became a one-dimensional villain in this one. He goes into the Stone Texas. It's an Infinity War. Do you guys agree or disagree with that statement?
I I I think he's only one dimensional because he actually doesn't have that much screen time in this movie.
Yeah, I
I,
agree
I
with
would
that.
say the
You,
same
you,
because. Oh, go
you
on, go
actually
on.
don't see much of Thanos in this movie. Like
Yeah,
Uh,
because
most of it is about our heroes.
yeah,
Like
because that was what the first movie was for. That was what Infinity
exactly.
War was for.
Yeah, that was
Infinity
what
War
all the
already
build up was
built
for.
his story up. So it's kind of like there's really no point in us repeating what has already been said. So you might as well just focus on the actual heroes.
yeah.
They
And then
have their
solving the
time.
problem. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, sure. They didn't show Thanos all that much here, but he was not one dimensional. He was far from one
No,
dimensional.
because the rest of the beauty of the cinematic universe is things carry over, and as
Exactly.
we have seen in movies past, Thanos is not a one-dimensional character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that. Yeah.
He's
But
just
I understand where
committed
they're
to his
coming
goal.
from. He was
Um,
just a lot angrier also. That's what I noticed in this. He was a lot more brutal because sadly the clips are lost from this, so I can't really so it can't I can't do it as much justice as Seb who said it before. But Thanos never didn't wear his armor during the first movie because it to him it wasn't a war. He wasn't waging war against other people. It was a crusade, a peaceful crusade, but a crusade nonetheless. But in this time, he wore his armor and he was really genuinely going to war with the Avengers. And this was at a time where he was much more warmongering compared to the previous iteration of him in the original timeline. And then he
Hmm.
he came from the alternate timeline, so it was a little
Hmm.
more, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can't do it as much justice as Seb said. It was really beautifully said, but he was a lot more warmongering in this, which I happen to notice.
I like the way he says, in all my years of conflict and battle and slaughter, it's never personal. But what I'm about to do to your planet, I'm gonna enjoy very much. Oh my God, it's personal
Yeah.
for
So I was
him.
like, damn, we got to him. I mean, I say that's a win though. Like the Avengers got to him.
Sure, to annoy one of the most feared people in the galaxy, sure.
Yeah. And I gotta say, yeah. Fuck. I forgot what I was gonna say.
It's okay, it's okay. That
It's
happens to
alright.
me all the time.
Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. But yeah, well, we get to the scene where, yeah, going back to what Nina said, just the punches. I swear to God, as he's beating down Captain America and he's breaking his shield. I don't know. I just love seeing a hero go down like that. I don't know. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But we get to the point where Captain America was like, I could do this all day, and straps the broken shield and like looks at the army. I was like,
Honestly, that scene, if you pause it at if you have Blu-ray and you pause
yeah,
it looks like it could genuinely be a wallpaper screen. It's so gorgeous.
it
The
could be a
composition of
painting.
it, incredible.
It looks like a
It's a
painting to
modern
me.
day Renaissance
A modern
painting.
day Renaissance painting.
Cap being in light and Thanos' army being in darkness, like, it's an incredible shot.
It was an incredible shot, and like it just shows like how much one man is willing to do. Like usually, if that was me, I'm booking it. And, like I'll fight another day. You win the battle. but but yeah, we get to the scene where yeah, on your left, and every Avenger just pretty much comes up on screen, and this scene really makes me sad because this is like one of the last maybe movies that we see Chadwick Boseman in. And when I saw him there, I was like, they might take these characters away from us, but they took this one for real. Like that just hurts.
God damn it, 2020.
That just fucking hurts.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But yeah. Speaking of the battle, which is the final scene, what were your guys' favorites from there? I'll start with we'll start with Edwin.
Uh, favorites. Shit. Honestly, the Spider-Man shit. Spider-Man shit was dope. Like,
Activate insta kill.
yeah, like you have all these like battle hardened like veterans like beating the shit out of each other, and then you have Spider-Man who's a fucking high school student trying not to die, and basically playing hot potato with the Infinity Gauntlet.
That was a great, I know, that was a great sequence when watching like freaking who was it? Clint give it to Black Panther,
Yeah, give it
gives
to
it
me.
to Spider Man. It was such a cute, it's such a cute, fun moment. Kind of alleviated the tension. There's still tension, but it kind of
Hmm.
alleviated it for a little bit. So I'm with Edwin there.
Yeah.
Sweet little boy, my sweet boy came back.
So, how about you, Enzo? Any other scenes?
I just keep rewinding it sometimes, See those little moments, like if you watch it carefully, see like Drax and Korg teaming up against the big Black Order dude. Like Drax just jumps behind him and starts stabbing him, and Korg just whacks him in the mace. Like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know, I remember that. I
No.
remember that.
Seb pointed this out, and he made a joke of it when Captain America goes, Avengers! Assemble.
Damn.
People in the back were like, what did he say?
What?
Yeah.
Do we go? Oh
Actually,
shit, we're running.
Oh,
I-
Thor just screamed, let's go!
Yeah, that's what I was
Go,
thinking
go,
too. I
go.
was like, he whispers it. How do the people in the back hear? And then it's just Thor's scream that
It's
really
just
starts.
Thor.
Thor's and Black Panther scream, like, I guess we're charging.
No, the assemble was like, this is for you guys.
Yeah.
This for my close buddies. But yeah. For me though, hmm. This is what I love about this scene is that like what Enzo mentioned is that you could pause the scene, go back, keep pausing it, and you'll see like newer things in the photo or the scene, like seeing other superheroes fighting or teaming up against another villain. I don't know, I really love that shit. And for me, I gotta say, a cool part was just seeing Captain America get knocked the shit out of him. I don't know why this stood out to me the most in this scene.
Sure.
I don't know if you remember that, but Captain America like tries to choke Thanos, puts him on the ground, and just like wham! It's just like that shit was so funny to me.
I like how in the initial charge, Umbaku's like literally the most human person in that battle. Just so boss, he just jumps on the alligator thing and just gives this battle cry like, alright, this guy doesn't give a shit, he's literally the only human. Literally the only human here, but he's having a good time. And
I
also,
think the Wakandans were all human.
yeah, but like I think he was excited to be here. Like, alright, another battle.
I'm just happy.
The scene I really love was another scene I really love was you took everything from me, and Scarlet Witch just does battle with Thanos for a bit.
Oh, I
And
like
makes him beg for life, essentially.
Yeah, this is where you see Scarlet Witch being the Scarlet Witch, and I fucking love that shit.
This is why I wanted more Scarlet Witch shit, because like if we got more Scarlet Witch shit before that, like that would have been so much cooler. But I'm
Right.
glad, like all I'm gonna say, I was glad that they're finally starting to get into like and with WandaVision, how fucking OP Scarlet Witch really is.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
nice to see. It's really nice
Like-
to see at last.
That shit she was doing, like that was just straight up like House of M kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was just the vibe.
I was like, yeah, that was my gripe with like the other movies, where, especially in Age of Ultron, where you just see her, she's just pushing red matter into people, and that's it. I really want you to
Yeah.
rip something apart. I want you to rip a giant purple alien apart.
She almost did.
Yeah, and
She really almost did.
she could have, if he didn't pussy out and was like, rain fire.
Oh man.
up, our troops, do it.
Do it!
Might as well have said, do you see what this person is doing? This person is going to be just fucking fire our troops.
Just do it. And then yeah, we get to that part where the gun stops shooting and starts pointing upwards, and hello, person late to the party, Dom Toretto. No,
I wanted to bring it up so fresh, but you do it.
I'm sorry, I just had to. You see, just like his car just going through the fucking ship. Hello.
All right.
Oh
But
my
who does
goodness.
come to the yacht? Perhaps it's very Jomar.
Yeah, so you know who comes.
Yeah, you don't know.
I think she genuinely counts as the new Deus Ex Machina because the old one was the Hulk.
Mm.
Remember, whenever people would be like, "It's the Hulk," Hulk's like, "Yeah, smash, I got it." But then when he gets his ass beat by Thanos, he's like, "Scared." but but then I think Captain Marvel and Scarlet Witch can now count as the new Deus Ex Machina soon enough. The more they develop them, God, it might be difficult to
Oh
power.
wait,
It's gonna be like a
wait.
Naruto power spike.
Now that we talk about Captain Marvel, what standout scene? When Thanos takes a stone like from the gauntlet and just uses this fucking like
Send.
just just haymaker.
I thought she died. Like, oh my god, he killed her.
Oh my
It's
god.
specifically the Power Stone. He specifically gets the Power
Yeah.
Stone to punch
Yeah.
her out of their fucking organ, like fucking.
Oh dear god.
Oh,
He knocked her out
oh
of screen.
Uh,
Maybe Thanos isn't such a bad guy.
Maybe into a bad guy.
hey, I will not stand for this Captain Marvel slander.
He punched undercut girl. Pretty.
I'm still not over Dom Toretto. God damn it!
Dom Toretto.
Bro, that joke was 5 minutes ago.
I know this is so funny.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
So, is it time to talk about that scene?
I think it is. Speaking of
Go.
girls, I mean, like,
Yeah.
God, I really have to start it off with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As
you
the literal only girl here.
You're the one who
Yeah,
brought
me
it up a
please.
while ago.
I
Start
was
of-
the one
start
who
of
brought
fucking-
brought it up. I mean, we have to talk about it. It
Yeah,
is
of
a
course.
genuine issue. If people count it as an issue, but like, man, it's my guilty pleasure because I genuinely enjoyed it, but I also know it's pandering.
Yeah, this is
I
very
had
corporate.
It's very corporate. We're feminists. Look at us. Girl power. Girl boss. Hashtag girl boss kind of deal. And it was just so. I knew they were pandering, but it was kind of working. And I was like, it's my guilty pleasure. Like, that scene is genuinely one of my only guilty pleasures in this world. And it just goes to show how badly Marvel can write their women. I mean, look at poor Black Widow. Edwin didn't cry because he made a good point. If they didn't if they wrote her better, it probably would have been an even more poignant scene. It would have affected people a lot more. Look at all the rest of the women. All I see with those women are one, they're really hot, and two, look at the wasted potential that you could have had writing women better. If you just wrote your women better, look at all this potential, and they're all hot, and the gay in me came out, and it was so beautiful, but also it's a guilty chef's kiss. It was cute though. It was a lot of people said that Black Widow deserved to be there, which in
I-
fairness, she really, in my opinion, she really did, just
I
because
agree.
she was really the first woman in
Yeah.
next to
Too
Pepper
bad she
Potts, I
did.
guess, and too bad
I
she
guess.
did. Hey.
But he did.
Bet you
No, but yeah, it was a really difficult and fun scene to watch for me. But yeah, what about you guys?
You want
um,
to start?
I'll go last.
Oh dear lord.
uh,
uh,
I can go first.
go ahead, man.
Oh boy. To be honest, when I first saw that scene, I was caught up with the crowd. They cheered, I cheered. But as time went on, I was like, I saw it the second time, like, Are you telling me all these people came to the exact dropped everything they were doing, came to this exact location? Like, we have to rally behind Captain Marvel, and just went with it. Like, yeah, we're gonna rally behind the new person hardly any of us have met. Sure. I do. It's funny how that dude from Infinity War, the one who tried to kidnap Vision, how hard he was to take out in Infinity War, and then Okoye just takes him out in one stab. Like, he's not so tough now, is he?
She wasn't even a super soldier.
He wasn't even a super soldier.
He has his last words like
Or
she
anything.
wasn't even a super soldier. Man, good one, man.
um, yeah,
So,
first time watching that, I'm with Enzo. I was like, oh damn, yeah, rock on. And the second time watching, I was like, this is kind of fishy. This is very fishy. Good job, Disney. Good on you.
sure, good job.
Yeah. It felt very forced in my opinion.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was it
it
was
was
it was
it was
quite
very forced.
forced. It was
Like
very like, yeah, girl boss.
yeah, but I mean, there were there was like some girls were like in my row and their eyes were glowing. I was like, as long as they're enjoying,
Yeah,
rock
it's just
on. But I'm like, there's a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth from that scene. Like,
She's a little bit too corporate too. Like, really,
it,
this
it,
thing?
it's very corporate. It's very like studios. Like, I have an idea. Or now, how about you, Edwin? Because you got that pose
yeah,
going,
you
and
have that right. You're
it's scaring
ready.
me. You're scaring me.
Okay.
Oh god, you
Well.
got.
He's just like,
Well.
all right, let's go.
Well. First off, Nina, like you at least acknowledge that it's pandering. Like at least you know.
Yeah,
Yeah. And like okay, like to be fair, like I get why people would like the scene. Like there's a very like there's a reason why pandering works. It's because for certain subsets of people, it it works. But oh, man, this was the old like and I this was that actually did feel this during my very first watch of the movie. Like that was the only scene in the movie where I was kind of just like, mm,
Mhm.
he gave us all that Robert De Niro face.
yeah, no, kind of sus. But yeah, oh god, all I look, Marvel, write your fucking characters better. Write your
Write your
fucking
women
characters
better,
better.
bitch.
Yeah,
Right, your
like
woman better.
it's not hard. Like women exist in this world. Like ask one, ask one. Like call like look for a
Call
woman,
your
any
mom.
woman. Like, yeah, call your mom, your sister. Look, a woman, any woman. It's not hard to find one. Women are actually like surprisingly common on this planet of ours. Um, Contrary to the popular belief of most comic book nerds. Um, but yeah, talk to a woman and see about these experiences and see how they're actually like not that different. So like it's not hard. It's
It
not
ain't that
hard.
hard. I'm calling you out on
I just
Black Widow.
feel
Just
like
saying.
I have to acknowledge that the bar for me was so low. It was so low
Exactly.
that I have to enjoy
It,
that.
exactly. And that's the thing is, like you said, the bar is so fucking low that a pandery scene like that works, and like that's not a good sign. Look, if you enjoyed it, like I'm not gonna begrudge you. Women get so little chances to shine in the MCU. So you at that point, at some point, it's kind of just like you take what you can get.
Yeah, you take what you can get. Yeah, exactly.
I
That's
like
Yeah,
that's
that.
something I wanted to acknowledge. That
yeah,
there is no judgment in liking the scene, but it's just so sad that the bar is so fucking low.
Mm.
yeah. And like that's what it comes down to. I think is, um, if Marvel actually like wrote their women well, that wouldn't be a good scene. Or
Yeah,
well, people wouldn't like that scene or enjoy that scene because it's pandering. But the problem is like people enjoy it because the bar is so low that you know if you see it's there, like woohoo. uh, yeah, just kind of cringe, bro.
Yeah,
cringe.
yeah, that's
Honestly.
Well,
valid. That's why it's my guilty pleasure. I know it's such a cringy scene, and
Yeah,
yet somehow that stings in my heart.
again, like if you like the scene, if you enjoyed it, like more power to you. Like, uh, and I'm not gonna tell you what you can and can't enjoy, especially not in this context, because I am not woman. Uh,
Agape, nice.
yeah, I have the pee. I don't have punani. Um, but yeah, if you enjoyed the scene, more power to you. Just personally, like the
The
bar's got to be set higher.
Yeah, the bar
yeah.
shouldn't be so low that
Yeah,
this is enough for somebody to be happy over. Like,
yeah.
nah.
Get your shit together, Marvel, and
It
the
you
rest of
should.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, it's just yeah, so sad. Look at all that potential. Look at all that hot potential,
Yeah,
and yet you waste it. And it's
Hopefully
okay.
yeah.
hopefully this video gets to Hollywood
Oh,
It's
we
like
can only hope.
someday.
it's like it's like hot woman and interesting character. Hing ding ding. Oh yeah.
It's funny because it's true.
'Cause it's so
Yeah,
true.
like why would you not actively want to make a part of your movie better?
Exactly. Oh my god.
Don't
Hmm.
settle, kids. Don't
Yeah.
settle.
Don't settle.
Is what
Yeah,
I'm trying
Don't
to say.
settle.
to
Don't
everyone
settle,
who looks
kids.
up to these superheroes,
Have standards.
have standards, have higher standards. Demand for those solo movies before the actual major movie comes on. Like, God, hate that
Hmm.
shit. Anyway, yeah, moving on. And yeah, we get to the scene where sadly Edwin was spoiled before watching the movie. Is where Iron Man kicks the bucket, kicks the iron bucket. I
But
should have not said iron. But
I do
yeah, he
like.
pretty much kicked.
I do love the scene leading up to that, where
Yeah,
there's like, "I am Iron Man," then
Iron Man.
snaps at Thanos like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, it was a very big fuck you, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Where's my jewels?" And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I, I, I hate. I mean, I love.
I
Go on.
ugly cried, dog. Like
I
I'm not
ugly.
gonna lie.
That's the
It's
thing I was about to
like
mention. Go
like
on.
like from when Iron Man died to like the end credits to like the car ride home. That was like I don't know, like 40 minutes, just like nonstop. Like
Your mom's
I
just
like
right there. Is like, "Are you okay?" Not now, mom. Not now. Not now.
I wasn't even able to answer vocally because like every time like the sobs would calm down, they just come back up and it's like
Like you open your mouth, you get choked up again. And we're like,
yeah, literally.
yeah, because I hate the silence. I really hate the silence,
Hmm.
especially in the movie. In a good way. In a good way. I mean, like they gave us time to grieve
Yeah,
in
man.
that one little moment, and I'm like, no, why? You could have flown to Hulk or something.
Yeah.
Make him lose his other arm. It's like, and the fact that Pepper Potts pretty much accepted it hurts even more.
It does, man. Oh
He
my
was
god.
like, "You could rest." I was like, "Shit." She knew this was gonna come one day, and she prepped herself. But of course, she still bawled her eyes out, and that was even more hurtful.
Yeah, man.
Is and my baby boy Peter Parker's.
You also pray.
His dad. Never be Peter Parker's father figures. You're going
Please
to
don't
end up
be.
dead. You're going.
Don't be Spidey Boy's daddy. Yeah, we're, how do you guys handle that scene?
I just
Not
don't
very
understand
well.
it.
Nah,
Not
neither did I.
well.
Not
Not
very
neither did
well.
I. Cause like
Um,
for me, he's not really my favorite Avenger, but he was there from the beginning.
yeah.
I was like,
He started this whole thing,
yeah,
and like that's I think that's why like it hit me so hard emotionally, because like more than just the character dying, like Iron Man's death, like, even though I was spoiled, like it kind of signifies the end of well, my childhood, and like it's presented to us in a way that does like hit really fucking hard. And
and
this is like one of the biggest like figures from our childhood growing up, and he's dead now, like over 10 years, and he's just dead.
I would like to go back a little bit to when they were in New Jersey and he was able to say goodbye to his dad
Oh.
Mm.
properly. I was like, ah, God, I hate you, Russo brothers. You might write, you might do some shits, but not like this, please. I get it, you're heavy, but damn, I'm kidding. Please put more scenes like those in. But yeah, and I can see everybody is sad now, and
Yeah.
I will move on.
Um, I just like to say not since Logan have I cried that hard. It was like, oh my god, my childhood hero just
Man.
died. Um, I said I watched it with classmates and not with my family. So the car ride home, I had to fix myself like because I knew my mom would still be awake. So when I got home, she's like, "How's the movie?" Like, it was good. I need to go up. Good night.
Well, my sister was beside me, and she was like, I was wearing a jacket, and I could just feel somebody tugging on my jacket, and she's using it to wipe her eyes. I was like, what are you doing? I
I
need
was
that.
just, I was full on sobbing. I was like,
For me, it was complete silence. Everybody was doing that cry where they're like,
Yeah,
but you would just hear like a, like at the
yeah,
far back. I
yeah.
was like, damn.
Same here. My college body was losing. I was like, oh my god, are you okay?
Yeah. And but yeah, that scene really fucking hit hard, and you
Yeah,
would
man.
see the amount of people. I love it that it's not like, oh, Tony Stark died. Of course, a lot of people would be there, press or something like that. No, close friends, a kid who we forgot about since 2013, um, and yeah, Nick Fury's back. Even Captain Marvel was there. I don't know that. Even the Guardians of the Galaxy were there. I don't know. It was a really nice scene to see, and a good send off.
I have the music for that funeral part
Why do you?
on Spotify.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. It comes like, oh god, the feels.
This is the music of Enzo when he's in the shower with all of his clothes on, just like, water raining down on him. Are these your moments?
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, and we also get like a somewhat of a send off with another main character, which is Captain America. Not really dying, but more of like
I
growing
mean,
old,
effectively dying.
Yeah.
effectively dying. And I say that was very tasteful. I mean, I wouldn't mind if like both him and Iron Man died on the field together. That would have
Hmm.
been sick. But this one was very tasteful to the point where like, yeah, they didn't need to violently kill off our characters. They could just go away slowly through time. And I love that he was able to go back in time. I don't know. Any thoughts on the final scenes of this movie before we go to the ratings?
Um, and the Avengers never texted each other again. Apparently.
Job's done, boys.
Alright, job's done. See you at work or not at all.
Should we check on Wanda? No, 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 no. How about Bucky? No. Sam? No.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah, I wish they had a funeral for everybody who went.
yeah.
I don't know, just one big funeral for all the Avengers who
Does Shield know that Black Widow has a sister? She might take this the wrong way that only Barton came back with life.
went with life.
with life.
Oh
Um,
yeah, she's the next villain now in Hawkeye movie.
yeah, or show. But yeah,
Show.
I like how the ending that Steve got, but as time goes on, it's a bit problematic. I forgot who did the video, but like there's a paragraph like, "Hey Steve, the press JFK is visiting Texas. I want to see him."
This is Warp Zone. This is
Yeah,
Warp Zone. Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, should we invest in Apple?" Hmm.
No. It was invest in like oh god, it was like a dying was it MySpace or something?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it was like something or Amazon.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, whatever you want, honey. Oh, my sister just gave birth, and I think they're naming her Sharon. Are you okay, honey? Uh huh. Uh huh.
um,
I love that he can't interfere.
Howard Stark just died in a car accident. Damn you, Bucky.
Nothing.
Damn it, fuck.
Damn.
But yeah, not thinking about that, it is a beautiful send off to Steve Rogers.
It was. It was.
Yeah, good send off.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
at send off. It was a wonderful way to go. Not that he's
And-
dead. Not
No,
that he's
I
dead
say
yet.
he's dead. I say he's dead.
Uh,
Cause like I don't know, maybe he died of old age somewhere secretly. Cause in Falcon and Winter Soldier, they're pretty much like, he's gone now. He is gone. He's never coming back. I'm like, shit happened in between. I want to know. But yeah, and yeah, then he passes down the torch to Falcon and shit. But yeah, that was pretty much the end of the movie. And as the credits roll, did people start clapping?
Yeah,
Yeah, for you
Yeah.
guys.
yeah.
Alright, everybody. All right. Damn, it's just a universal thing, huh?
as you pointed out, when Robert Downey Jr.'s name came up, everyone went ape shit.
Yeah.
Like, "Wah! Yeah! Like, yeah!
Yeah.
I think that's when Kuya security guard clapped the most too. Like, I'm glad you're enjoying this, buddy.
Fired his gun in the air.
Yeah, that's a bit too much. Just clap, man.
But yeah, I have a question for all of you. What are like any future Marvel shows that you're actually looking forward to that hasn't been shown yet? Like has been announced or to be announced.
Fantastic Four. Shut up.
Hey, why not? Yeah,
Shut up.
I'm
It's
interested.
really interesting. I really hope they do it justice because god damn, they wasted Miles Teller and Michael B. Jordan. They could have totally been
Yeah.
that was a
But
waste.
are
Sayang,
you,
but in fairness, he's Killmonger, so
it's fine.
it's okay.
Yeah.
But Miles Teller, please come back, please.
I really want Jim from The Office to be Mr. Fantastic.
Ooh,
'Cause I feel
Jim
like
from
it's
The Office? Do you mean
John
yes, I
Krasinski.
forgot his name. Yes,
yeah,
John
John
Krasinski.
Krasinski? I was
A
like,
Quiet
Jim
Place
from The
guy.
Office.
Y'all know who he is.
Yes, we do,
Yeah.
do.
How about
Actually,
you?
no,
Edwin?
that would be a really good. You're right.
Yeah, and
Damn.
Emily Blunt as the Invisible Woman.
Oh
Miss
my
Fantastic.
god,
Yeah.
that sounds amazing. Anyway, sorry, Edwin. Yes.
I just want more. I just want more Winter Soldier shit, dog.
Give me
I'm a simple man. Give me my Bucky.
Give me
my
more Bucky. I need more Bucky, to be honest. Bucky's
I
my
want my
favorite
Bucky.
so far.
He's a
Mm,
How
sweet boy,
how about you? Ed?
old man, sweet old man.
Sweet old
um,
man.
how about Giancarlo Esposito as Doctor Doom?
Is he?
If would you like him to be?
But that's not the question I asked, though. But okay, yeah.
It's not nothing confirmed yet, but I would like him to
Yeah,
be.
there's no
Doom?
casting
I
yet.
would love that.
Sadly.
I love
Yeah.
Giancarlo Esposito. But
Yeah,
that's his name.
the question was what show or movie are you looking forward to that hasn't been announced yet?
I ain't asking
dingus?
about Los Polios Hermanos.
Oh,
Neither
hasn't.
has or hasn't been.
Oh
Hmm?
shit! Sorry. Moon Knight. Fuck Moon Knight and Hawkeye.
Oh yeah. Moon Knight with Oscar Isaac. I really want to see how that goes.
Hmm.
Oh
And
god, that
hopefully
would be so
it's
great.
somewhat like Deadpool, but not really to the point where they're just copying. But yeah.
I trust
Uh,
that they might do a good job because it's his own thing, and I trust Oscar Isaac to make a really good performance out of Moon Knight. I also just
So
want to see Doctor Strange. Honestly, I know
actually, yeah, I
so
want to see more
no,
Doctor Strange.
because
Oh,
like
Doctor
he's
Strange
the
is my
Sorcerer
favorite.
Supreme. He's supposed to be the best of them. I'm just excited. I'm a sucker for magic. For those who don't know, I'm a sucker for magic stuff. So Sorcerer Supreme stuff, totally my jam.
Hmm,
I play wizards in D&D, so
very
it's my
nice.
thing.
Anyway,
Uh,
what would you rate this movie? Let's start off with that then.
9.
A nine.
Yeah,
Just a simple
like
nine.
yeah, like well, I mean, as a fan of the MCU and as a fan of like as like just a geek in general, like definitely a 10. But critically, like speaking, I would give this a 9. Like it's almost perfect. It's almost perfect. Just
It's that one scene.
yeah. Well, not even. It's
Oh, okay.
uh, what I did like the pacing. Like it's it's still a little weird,
Hmm.
and I think I think Clint should have died.
I really think
Maybe
Clint should have died as well.
yeah. Uh, and it's just a bunch of little things that really like don't take away from the experience, but are present.
Yeah.
Like and like again like wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff that I'm willing to give a pass as as an MCU fan, but as someone trying to talk about this movie critically, then you know 9.
How about you, Enzo?
I would say also 9. Um, the time stuff, if you try to think about it too hard, you're like, it doesn't make sense. But
Yeah.
the way they handle Black Widow's death and that um, girl power scene, pretty cringy and pretty corporate. All that being said, I'll give it a 9. It's such a satisfying ending and a very emotional and well done send off to this part of the MCU.
How about you, Nina?
9 to 9.5, depending on 9.5 probably. I would say 9.5. Yeah, it's almost perfect if it weren't for those present things. But I'd rate in my heart it's a 9.5.
Um, um, yeah, you guys pretty much said what wanted to say about the scoring. So yeah, it's a nine for me as well. And yeah, ending this video. Yeah, this is pretty much the end of our review. Thank you for watching. And Edwin, where can they find you?
Ah, yes. Well, as usual, you can find me on twitch.tv/Urity. Um, I'm not streaming at the moment though. I've been on a bit of a short hiatus, just because for anybody who has seen the stream, I've been streaming the Savage Raid content, and we just finished that after being stuck on it for like how God knows how many months. So taking a month long break from that. But when we come back when I come back in the beginning of August, we're gonna be taking on even harder content. So stay tuned for that. And honestly, like Final Fantasy 14 has been getting a lot more traffic lately. So if anybody has like heard about the hype at all, uh, I'd say like check a stream out. I saw a bunch of VODs. Yeah. As far as other social media goes, Twitter, Instagram, same tag, Urity. That's UR1TY. Links will be in the description below. And I'll just be hanging out
How about you, Enzo? Where can they find you?
Just usually on
on the
Instagram and
street.
Twitter. And on the street, of course.
Oh, on the street. Mug 'em. Okay.
Social distance. Don't come too close. Be cool.
Mug 'em. Okay.
But so wow. Links down below.
Yeah. How about you, Nina?
You can find me on Instagram at Naina and on Twitch at Naina as well. I haven't been streaming as well because I'm doing thesis, but now you can hopefully regularly find me on Geeks and Degenerates. So, yay!
Welcome to the family.
And yeah,
The family.
February. But yeah, you could find me at Instagram at John GEOM all caps. I am an artist and I like to draw stuff. And yeah, Nina, thank you for finally being part of this family, and yeah, finally working with us. God damn. But yes, if you like our content, please do like and subscribe. Ring that bell icon if you want to be notified when we upload any videos. Please do social distance. We're almost done if you are here in the Philippines. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you to all you geeks and degenerates for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.
Ciao.
Goodbye.
Ciao. Bye.